Let's do this! And this is Super Vegito! Show me how tough you are by beating me!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another discussion topic here on the channel today. Now, this video will be a little lengthy. We're going to be talking about two different topics. One being with some new information that y'all see on the screen right now that we're going to be getting in a few days. So a new, buff to a new episode coming soon. Legends mentioned this a lot before, I think around the Beerus Saga when they started that. So we're going to be talking about that, and then also maybe some early predictions of mine for Legends Festival, which is a few months away. It literally is a few months away. Time goes by pretty fast. But if you're enjoying the content you see today, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's very much appreciated, and leave a like on the video. It shows me that you guys want more videos just talking about topics, right? I love to just sit here and just talk about it, and read your guys' comments. Now, first thing is first. We're gonna look at this, right? Now, the first picture down here we're looking at is this. Basically, this is the first one they uploaded. This is showing Kame's house. Now, two things do come to mind here for me, but the main thing that I'm gonna focus on right now, I'm thinking Saiyan Saga, because this was definitely a scene in Dragon Ball Z, where this was the first time that Raditz and Goku met before they actually fought. Came to the house, and etc, etc. He ended up kidnapping Gohan, and then they ended up fighting later on, I think in the next episode after that. But this played a big role doing that, because that was the first time that Raditz came to Earth, and he was looking for Goku. Now this definitely reminds me of this, right? When you look at the characters, there's so much that I feel like there's a few characters that they can go off of, right? You have Vegeta. I think the Vegeta we have in the game, I don't know if it's this Vegeta or the one from the Frieza saga. I could be wrong, but they can give us some sort of Raditz, Nappa, maybe even a Saiyan Saga Goku. That would be cool, right? But like I said, there's a few characters that they can throw in there, but for the sake of it, I'm thinking it's gonna be Saiyan related, right? Saiyans make the most money. Saiyans are the biggest probably tag in the game. But this is based off episodes, of course, but still, I feel like it has something to do with that. Maybe Frieza Saga, I could be wrong, but now, besides this, right? We got this, I believe this one was yesterday, and then we got this new one. Now this one is in space. Now we know that Legends like to throw around hints. They like to throw around, just stuff that, kind of get us where we're trying to guess what's coming. Plenty of times they surprised us with throwing something that we never expected. And, it's same thing for like last year's festival. I believe what we all took, they were throwing hints of, we all was thinking Vegeta Blue at that time, but instead it ended up being Gogeta Blue, because of all the buff that were going towards future and everything at that time. And we had just got Vegeta and Trunks as well, so all that stuff going towards that direction, and then they just completely just surprised us and threw Gogeta Blue. Was a little bit unexpected. But I'm thinking Beerus Saga. This definitely has to do something with, there's two different sides of Beerus Saga. One is from the anime, which is this right here, God of Destruction Beerus Saga, and then one is from the actual movie itself. All this is just from the beginning of the anime. It's basically, it's still similar, just their own different way, because it is the anime. So they did make a few changes compared to the movie, but we don't have we have the LF Beerus, we have this Beerus, both of these being from the sagas. But if we go over here, right now, look right here, the last Beerus that we have, like the newest one, is going to be this one. And this guy is from the Tournament of Power. This is from, you see right here, Universe Survival Saga. So this guy is from Tournament of Power, and we don't have a Beerus that's just, you know, that just hits, you know, like a top 5 unit, you know, top 10 at least. You know, I would say this guy, he came out, he was, you know, it was, you know, the OG days, one of the first LFs coming out. The meta was definitely a whole lot different than what it is now. It definitely wasn't as, how can I say it, changing every single season. You know, to some characters like this guy, Gogeta Blue, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, you know, cover change wasn't a big thing back then. So especially for Vegeta Blue, man, that guy would combo for an eternity before it felt like you could actually stop him, right? But I feel like, you know, if this is hinting towards a Beerus Saga, you know, Daughter of Destruction Beerus Saga character, obviously it's going to be something to do with either Beerus or Goku. I feel like those two are something that's going to be the big, you know, LF. If you get LF, because we're going to expect to see an LF for it. It just makes no sense for them not to give us an LF. You know, as far as Goku goes, this is literally, these are the only 2 Gokus we have. And I believe this guy has a Zenkai. I could be wrong. Yeah, this guy doesn't have a Zenkai. I was wrong. I'm thinking of a different Goku. The other Goku that we have as well, the purple Goku. But he's from the different movie, I think the Broly movie. So as far as, you know, Dog Goku goes, you know, I would definitely love to see another variation of him. You know, it definitely was the first time that we saw, you know, Super Saiyan God in the movie or the anime itself. So I really feel like that is something that I would like to see. Give him a little bit more love, you know. I'm not wrong for thinking Saiyan Saga as well. Saiyan Saga as well is something that I enjoyed as a kid. You know, I was pretty young watching this for the first time. You know, and I enjoyed this, you know, the final clash with Vegeta and Goku. You know, the Galley Gun Kamehameha. It was epic. You know, come on now. As a kid growing up, I'm pretty sure you guys, you know, that was something to see. You wanted to see, right? Now, besides this, you know, those are my 2 options on both of these pictures so far. We're gonna wait. I might not make a video about it, you know, since it's only gonna be like 1 day. But I want to make this video since, you know, we got both of these images up, and that way give my opinions on it. You know, anybody so far in the video at this point, let me know what you guys think. You know, who do you think is coming? And also who do you want to come for the festival in a few months? Because, you know, last year they went out with a bang. I feel like they definitely are gonna go out with a bang this year as well. You know, I will hope so, right? They can't disappoint with that. But moving on to basically the second topic to talk about in this video. Now, my predictions so far for the festival, one of them is going to be Gogeta. We haven't seen this, you know, this guy hasn't got any love in a while. It's definitely been a while because GT got his buff during the festival. And this guy didn't get a new plat, which he already has one, which, you know, they just need to Zenkai him by this point, right? But besides talking about the LF Gogeta, I'm not just talking about, we need the ultra version of this guy. GT has not been seriously buffed for almost a year. So come around the time that, you know, we get the festival in a few months, we are definitely going to see, it's going to be definitely a year since it got a buff. So therefore, this guy needs it, right? I wouldn't say every single fusion, but the main, you know, fusions have gotten, you know, an ultra variant. Super Gogeta, Super Saiyan Gogeta. No, yeah, Super Gogeta, Super Vegito, and, you know, both variations of the blues for Gogeta and Vegito. So he needs some type of love. You know, If they're not gonna give us an Ultra, at least give the LF a Zenkai and make him good. You know, he doesn't need to be broken. You know, it is a Zenkai, he is an older unit, but he needs to be good. He needs to be good and usable at least. You know, because imagine he's your favorite character. You don't want him to be a bench unit. You want to use him. You know, so I feel like giving us an Ultra of this guy, I feel like, you know, if they go with the same path that they did last year, we got an Ultra for part 3. You know, similar to how the anniversary is ran. First 2 parts are going to be LF units and, you know, the 1% Sparkins, etc, etc. But if they give him an Ultra, you know, if it's not him for the Ultra, it's gotta either be him or maybe Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, you know. And I don't know if they'll actually give it to Gohan, since we didn't get Gohan around this time, giving us the new cell and everything. But it would have been too soon for us to get another Ultra right after, you know, Vegito. So I feel like they're pushing Gohan back for a later date, maybe to next year. But we definitely I'm trying to think, because yeah, the last buff that we got was the Tad 4s with the Hellfighter 17 and also the Zenkai for Goku. Like all that stuff we had, they gave out what, like 2-3 Zenkais, and then we got you know, the LF and also the 1% Sparking. So yeah, this guy definitely needs it. You know, I'd give him a Zenkai, like I said, or give us the Ultra variant. Plenty of people have been asking about this guy, even when Vegito, when he came, you know, before he actually came in the game, people were actually just debating if it was him or this guy right here. So I would love to see it. You know, I enjoy using him, especially in his prime when he was used a lot on certain teams. You know, ultimate hits hard, green card kills your cards, you can combo off of it, you know, and he has blast armor if I remember correctly. So yeah, God was pretty broken, you know, on his release. Let's go ahead and look at the other characters that I want to talk about. Is gonna be Goku and Frieza. These guys, you know, like I said, I'm bringing up the people to this. This is the time. If they don't give us them, I don't feel like they will be a standard LF. I feel like they're very worthy of being a festival LF, right? So, you know, really quick, shout out to PLAYZ on Twitter. This is his original art. He did make this. Now, these guys have been talked about. You know, people were talking about them since last year's festival. There wasn't too much talk about them for this anniversary because of the hints and the buffs that we were getting. They weren't leading toward the direction of Universe Rep or Universe Survival Saga. Now, we haven't gotten anything dealing with Universe Rep since either MVP 17 or Hit, I believe. No, I lied. I think it was Revival Goku, Revival UI, and yeah, we haven't really got anything since then, and it's been a few months. You know, I'm really thinking hard on it because it's been a few months, and by the time festival comes around, it's gonna probably be around that, I would say about 7 months since we got a buff for them, like a serious buff as an LF character. And you know, if they give us these guys, this definitely would be something to see. They're definitely going to be busted. They have to be, right? Now, you know, as far as like talking about colors and everything, we're gonna probably say that for a different video. But a lot of people have talked about these guys. They were talked about last year and during Legends Festival. You know, a lot of people were actually wanting these guys more than Trunks and Vegeta. When they came out, the Trunks and Vegeta weren't that good, right? They literally were kind of a unit that wasn't good on release, but because of future buffs that came later on, they did get better. But as far as right now, I'm really debating, you know, because Legends, like I said, they like to throw curveballs. They like to throw things at us, you know, because what if, say for example, with the new buffs that we're getting right now currently, We don't get anything related to Sand Saga or the Beerus Saga or even the Dragon Ball Saga or the World Tournament Saga. I forgot about those as well. But these guys, we need them in the game, you know, because I don't see them going on a path of buffing Universe Rep right now. But remember guys, there's 3 parts to the festival. So therefore, if we do get these guys, they have to be on either part 1 or 2. But they have to be pretty busted, you know. They definitely, I believe Dokkan has these guys as well. So, you know, Dokkan has these guys. There's a lot of units that Dokkan has that Legends doesn't. You know, like for example, with the Buu Duo, we did get technically a Tad Goku and, you know, Vegeta, but technically it's technically the standby unit. So therefore, it's not actually the Tad unit. And yeah, they kind of were a little disappointed after a while. They're still usable, don't get me wrong, but they weren't as much as people expected, right? So it kind of begs to differ, why did they release the unit if it wasn't going to be at least somewhat, you know, a little bit better at its expectations. Same thing with Orange Piccolo. This guy is he doesn't really feel, he just feels like your standard LF. He doesn't feel like an actual anniversary LF. You know, they have to be the most busted unit, don't get me wrong, but they definitely need to be usable and good, especially for a newer character that people, you know, spend their crystals on. You want them to actually be good and usable on certain teams, and I feel like he just isn't as valuable, right? But that is enough talking about that. That is what I think on all the topics so far. You know, there as far as any other characters that I think that they can bring to the festival, I really don't know so far. Gogeta and the Tad, you know, Vegeta and Goku are definitely the top 2 on my list right now. But let me know what you guys think on this, and also the festival itself. Are you saving up? Are you spending in between? I think that's what I'm gonna do, is spend a few rotations on any of the monthly LFs while continuing to save most of my crystals, because I don't want to, you know, go all in unless they release a unit, a character that I really like and enjoy. I might overspend a little bit, but hopefully your boy can ball out during the festival. You know, we pull some good stuff. A few months. Remember guys, save up. You know, I said the same thing before the anniversary started, a few months before it started. You know, the people that actually saved and listened to me, they pulled what they wanted. So I suggest you guys do the same. But as far as that goes, that is going to be the end of today's video. Pretty late for me. Do apologize if I was stuttering over my words a little bit. Had a long day at work. But everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.